As a teenager, Linda Nolan found fame with her sisters as part of the singing group the Nolans.
But for 40 years, she has kept a secret. And now, for the first time on television, she is speaking out about the allegation that the disgraced entertainer Rolf Harris, who was jailed for almost 6 years on Friday, groped her when she was just 15 years old, while the Nolans were supporting him on tour in South Africa. And Linda joins us now. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hi.
So, this happened when you were 15 years old,
Yes.
but you've decided to speak out about it now. Why have you decided now to choose now to talk about it?
I think because, in my opinion, I think that his sentence was too lenient. And I think that if me speaking out helps other people come forward, then maybe we can, you know, maybe do something about that.
It was a long time ago, of course, and you're a really impressionable age at just 15, but what do you remember happening, Linda?
Well, I was, we were touring with him in South Africa, and I went to the loo before we were going to go on stage. I was in my dressing gown, and when I came back out of the loo, he was in the corridor, and he gave me, you know, a bear hug of a hug. I felt his hands all over my back, which, you know, it felt uncomfortable immediately. His hands came round the side, too close to my breasts, and then I felt him kissing my neck, and I felt his tongue on my neck, and I just shouted, "Stop, Rolf, don't!" And he did stop, but he said, he made me feel like an idiot, like, you know, "Oh, I'm only playing with you," you know. And of course, at the time, you think, oh, you know. He made me feel embarrassed. He made me feel like a stupid child, and that's why I didn't then go in and tell everybody and all of that, you know.
It made you feel like you'd made a fuss about nothing.
Yeah, that I'd made a fuss over nothing. Don't be silly, you know. Don't create a drama over nothing. And it's funny because you know, when all of these allegations have been flying around and everything, and I said to my sister Maureen, I said, "I bet Rolf Harris is one of those," and she went, "Why?" And I told her, and of course she was flabbergasted, and "Why didn't you tell us?" and all of that, and I explained to her, and
You didn't even tell your sisters at the time?
No.
Goodness me.
No, because he made me feel ridiculous, you know, and I thought, I'm not going to make a big... Because they're my sisters, they probably would have, you know, gone in and said, "What's happening and why this?" and everything, you know. So it was, yeah, it was difficult.
So for this many decades, something happened to you that you haven't spoken about. What happened when you saw him on television?
Well, you know, we're in show business, and so I'd see him on TV, and I always considered him to be a bit of a dirty old man, a bit of a lecherous, dirty old man, because of my experience, and I thought that was the whole thing of it, until of course I read in the papers about these other women, and they explained the bear hug, and it was then that I felt violated, that I thought, oh, it wasn't me, I wasn't being dramatic, I was, you know, it wasn't right what he did, and had I have maybe not been so vocal, who knows what could have happened. I was maybe one of the lucky ones in that respect.
So how do you feel now, though, Linda, that you're coming forward and you're talking about this so publicly?
Well, I was really nervous, you know, coming on today. I don't, you know, I obviously don't want people to think I'm jumping on a bandwagon here. You know, I've never believed that any of these inquiries should be a witch hunt. But I do feel that if we speak out, and I'm in a position to be able to do that, then maybe it will help other women come forward if the same kind of thing has happened to them.
Well, we really appreciate you coming in to talk to us. Thanks so much,
Thank
Linda.
you.
Thank you very much indeed.